Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope your weekend has gone great. Let's dive right in and let's see what God has for us. So we've got quite a few verses to go through before we dive in. So first verse, Zechariah 9, verse 9. Rejoice, O people of Zion. Shout in triumph, O people of Jerusalem. Look, your king is coming to you. He is righteous and victorious. Yet he is humble, riding on a donkey's colt. Next one, Romans 3, verse 10, as the scriptures say, no one is righteous, not even one. Romans 1:17, this good news tells us how God makes us right in his sight. This is accomplished from start to finish by faith. As the scriptures say, it is through faith that a righteous person has life. 2 Corinthians 5:21, for God made Christ, who never sinned, to be the offering for our sin, so that we could be made right with God through Christ. And the last one, Romans 5, verse 8, but God showed his great love for us by sending Christ to die for us while we were still sinners. All right. Title today is Righteousness Restored. It says in a prophecy found in Zechariah 9, God promised that the future king would come with salvation and bring his righteousness. This means that on Christmas, God brought us his righteousness to earth in the person of Jesus Christ. This is exactly what the world needed and still needs. In Romans 3:10, the Apostle Paul describes the sad condition of humanity. None is righteous, no, not one. We are all in the same situation, born with a sin nature, and unable to make ourselves righteous. But in Romans 1:17, Paul says the righteous shall live by faith. Christianity is not about earning righteousness. It's about receiving the righteousness of Jesus by faith. It's not about who we are. It's about who he is. After Jesus was born, he continued to live in righteousness his entire life. He was perfect, staying close to God, and following his Father's plan without hesitation. On the cross, he made a transfer. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, for our sake, he made him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. When Jesus died for us, he took on all of our unrighteousness and put it to death, giving his righteousness and intimacy with God to us. Remember, God's love for us is not based on anything we do or do not do. It's based only on what Jesus has already done. Romans 5:8 says, God showed his love for us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. The righteous one was born on Christmas to show us God's love in the most powerful way possible by making us righteous in his sight. How incredible is it to think about, incredible is not the right word here, but to think about that all of our sin that we didn't even commit yet because we weren't even thought of yet was placed on Christ when he died on that cross. That just, it humbles you. It does me anyway. It humbles me. And I have to remember I cannot save myself. You cannot save yourself. No one can save themselves. The only way is through Christ. It's not about who we are. It's about who he is and what he has done. That's such an incredible sacrifice. Prayer says, Father, you are full of amazing grace. I receive your righteousness today by faith in your Son, Jesus. I realize that you are pleased with me only because of what Jesus has done for me. Thank you, Jesus, for covering me. Strengthen me with the confidence that I am secure in your righteousness. Help me remember I haven't earned it myself, so I can serve you with humility and gratitude all my life. We should serve God with humility and gratitude every single day. Everyone have a great Sunday. Have a great start to your week. And, of course, go be the example.